Hello and welcome to Poor Unfortunate Podcast. I'm Conor Perkins.
And I'm Caroline Ameti.
This is the Disney podcast for grown-ups where we shoot the shit about Disney the way that you do with your friends. Welcome to all of our listeners. This is a brand new episode of our bi-weekly mini episode series, Caroline What's New, where we go through all the latest and greatest in Disney news. This episode is being recorded on Friday, October 4th, 2024. So Caroline, what's new?
Starting as we always do with some Disney Parks news, you can now meet the Star-Lord in Epcot. So head to the garden near Cosmic Rewind and just keep your eyes open. He is not listed on the My Disney Experience app just yet as a character meet and greet, but I have a feeling it'll happen soon. But if you're going to be in the parks, go ahead and head over there and get your Star-Lord time. I don't know.
Get that Star-Lord time.
A new parade has debuted in Tokyo Disneyland, and I didn't really know a lot about this until I caught it when I was scrolling through Instagram. It is called the Villains Into the Frenzy Parade. It's a 45-minute parade.
45 minutes?
What are you talking about? What do you mean? 45 minutes. And it features all of these characters. So these villains that I'm about to list are kind of on these big floats combined with the classic Disney characters that I'm going to name at the end. So here are all the characters in this parade. Dr. Facilier, Cruella, the Evil Queen, Ursula, Captain Hook, Gaston, Maleficent, Honest John, Gideon, the Big Bad Wolf, and Jafar. And then for our classic Disney characters, we've got Goofy, Daisy, Donald, Mickey, Chip and Dale, and Minnie. The parade runs October 1st through November 7th. And you can watch it online. And I fully plan on doing that.
I will be.
What happens in those 45 minutes, I have to know.
I know. That's amazing.
It's wild, right? And then this week, Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy in Hollywood Studios will officially close on Monday, October 7th, so the day that this episode is released, to make way for the Villains stage show that will open in 2025. So thank you for your service, Lightning McQueen. The villains are about to take over. We will.
I mean,
you're about to get a better situation. It's all good. So keeping with that lightning theme, Disney World has increased Lightning Lane prices for Tron, Cosmic Rewind, and Seven Dwarfs Mine Train as of October 18th. No. And here's the best part. Then they will institute a second price increase just days later on October 21st. Bringing the numbers to this. 4 attractions will see their highest single prices ever. $14 for the Mine Train. $22 for Tron.
Oh my God, and that's such a short ride.
Oh my God, that's what I was just about to say. Like, your money's worth on that is so not working out in your favor. $19 for Cosmic Rewind and $18 for Flight of Passage. Rise of the Resistance remains at $25 mother effing dollars. The new prices reflect Walt Disney World's continued use of dynamic pricing, where Lightning Lane costs fluctuate based on expected crowd levels, holidays, and other high-demand periods. And it is absolutely sickening.
Damn.
I don't know what else to say about that.
That's just like...
It's
what's crazy is that this is the time of year where you've got a lot of families, a lot of like family reunion, like once in a lifetime type trips. So it's going to be crowded. And now you know that there are these people who are going to be paying this for a big group of people. $22 for a ride?
For a ride.
That's a meal. That's sustenance.
And I don't even know if I would pay that for a ride. Never mind the fact that you're paying that for a ride on top of the admission fee. Like, even if it was free to get into the park.
And for a ride that lasts like what, maybe 3 minutes, if that?
Absolutely, right. And like, I'm thinking, like, even if I walked into the park for free, would I pay $22 to get on Tron? That's insane to me. And like, and it's also it's just sad because on top of these family reunions, it's going to be like, you know, people are hopping over to Disney on school break because they've got limited time. They can only take their kids when school is out of session. And so they're gonna pay it because they have such limited time in the parks. It's very, very sad.
But then the other thing that they've got to work out about this system is when you purchase these, you've got to purchase them at the butt crack of dawn before you're even there in the park.
Yep.
Spending $22 for Tron or $18 for Flight of Passage when you don't necessarily know if you'll fit the quite restraining vehicles.
Dude.
That's not it, yo.
It's not it.
Like, no.
Well, on that note, one more piece of Lightning Lane related news. So, there are rumors that Disney will be continuing to evolve the Lightning Lane offerings with something called Lightning Lane Premier Pass, likely to be something similar to the Disney Premier Access Pass that exists at Disneyland Paris. And this offers two options for guests, one of which is Premier Access, which allows guests to purchase a single entry at all eligible attractions without the need to pick a return time. So the rumors began because a functionality for the offering briefly appeared on the Disneyland app before disappearing. Obviously, that wasn't supposed to happen. And there are rumors it would make its way to Walt Disney World as well. I'm seeing conflicting information online right now, but it seems like the offering would be similar to the Universal Studios Express Pass, which is like a full day skip the line pass that you can use once per eligible attraction. I was reading stuff online that said once per day. That means once per day per eligible attraction. And I cannot even begin to guess how much something like this would cost.
But I'm just like, what's really frustrating about this system is all this will do is continue to further the disparity between how many rides you can actually do. Because now
Mhm.
you've got the disparity between standby and lightning lane, and then now you'll have the disparity between standby, lightning lane, and the lower level premier pass, and then the higher level premier pass. I'm like, that's
Mhm.
now at least 4 different types of ways in which you can go on a ride, and then the priority of who gets to skip over who. It's just, this is not it. This is really not it. We need to go back to paper fast pass or nothing at all. You just stand in the line and everybody keeps going.
Watch the number of guest incidents, like fights. Watch them go up when something like this gets instituted. Watch the lines that are going to appear at guest services when, like, it's bad enough, like, when something like Rise of the Resistance was brand new and the lines you would see at guest services when the ride went down. Now, when someone can jump the line at multiple attractions throughout the day, like, there's going to be complaints all the time. All the time.
It's going to be a cascading effect because the more people that skip the line, the longer the standby line gets. The longer
Mm-hmm.
the standby line gets, the more people will feel like they need to purchase these things.
Right.
Then the more people that purchase these things, the longer the standby gets, even that. And it is just a vicious cycle that ends with everybody paying to go on rides that they already paid to go on.
And fighting
It's
with each other when the
stupid.
day that they have given their entire life savings to have doesn't go perfectly. And it's honestly not the fighting part, but the unhappiness and the emotion attached to that is very understandable to me.
Damn.
Sorry, I have one more sort of negative thing, well, for me, to end this on. So, another rumor with not a lot of information to be found around it, but it sounds very accurate to me, is that phased Dinoland closure in Animal Kingdom will begin as early as November before the holiday season. So, it sounds like Chester and Hester's Dinorama might be the first closure, which is where it is rumored the Encanto attraction will be built. I honestly figured Chester and Hester would be the first part to go anyway. But if you're hoping to squeeze in one last ride on Dinosaur, it sounds like it still might be safe for the holiday season, but you don't know when this news is going to come out. Get there sooner rather than later. I'm guessing January, but you just never know.
Yeah, you never know. Well, staying on this train of not so great news, let's talk Disney Plus for a second. The Disney Plus password sharing crackdown has begun in the United States. It
Oh
is
my
very similar
God.
to the Netflix model of limiting users to the same household with the ability to add an extra member for a $6.99 monthly fee. Either that or those members can just F off to their own account, which starts at around $9.99. So it's like, do I do seven? It's just
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what they're
stupid.
counting on. They want those extra couple of bucks. Yeah.
Yes. Currently, you can add only one extra member per plan, and the extra member is not featured in bundles for Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus. It is all an
God.
effort to make streaming profitable, which is forever going to be an uphill battle. And this is really a pretty drastic shift away that we're seeing in Netflix and now Disney. It is a shift away from a different way that we were bringing service. So now they've sort of like hit the peak of like how profitable streaming can get, and they realize that
Mhm.
that's not enough to be deemed like actually profitable. So they're trying to figure out how to make even more. So these types of products would be going towards households. They're claiming it's for household. Really, it's just per property because they only want like your household could look very different. You got kids at college, you got a
Mhm.
family that is separated or something like that, and but the kids are this. It's a nightmare, and it is this shift away from truly like family plans that
Yeah.
exist in a lot of different types of products and in the economy. They are moving this away from a family plan and into a property plan, which is horse shit.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
not the purpose of the internet. The purpose of the internet is you're supposed to be you can access it anywhere. Like
Yep.
otherwise, let's just do cable again. I don't know. Okay, off my soapbox. Things that are now available on Disney Plus. So the fourth episode of Agatha All Along premiered this past week, with the next one dropping on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Brad Winderbaum, who's the head of streaming, television, and animation at Marvel Studios, has said that the show is officially the least expensive show the studio has made to date.
Oh.
And it also currently holds the record as the show with the highest continuation rate out of any Marvel TV show.
Wow.
Go figure. You make quality shit, people
Mm.
come back. You don't have to make quality shit for a lot of money. You
Uh,
just have to have a good story. You have to have good
Good
acting,
acting. Mm.
and you got to advertise it the right way. And they're doing that with this show. Episode 4 was so good, my favorite to date, and it just keeps getting better. So love the show. Now, this is more now unavailable as opposed to now available. So the first 4 of the 5 Indiana Jones films suddenly disappeared from the Disney Plus streaming library worldwide without really any notice or explanation. So despite Disney owning Lucasfilm and the rights to the Indiana Jones IP, Paramount still owns the distribution rights for the film, and they've pulled it from Disney to have it back on Paramount Plus and then license it out to other streamers in the future. This
Mhm.
is just interesting.
Yes,
This
it
is just very
is.
interesting to me. This is the messy world of streaming and distribution and all of that stuff, and trying to build
Yeah.
franchises with stuff that you don't really own all the rights to.
Maybe we should just stop trying to make him happen in Animal Kingdom then. Let's just call it.
They
It's
won't.
fine.
They won't. Also, the Halloween streaming channel is now live on Disney Plus, allowing users to tune into a constantly streaming live playlist of Disney Halloween programming. Expect more of these streaming channels in the coming months, especially around holidays. It's a nice feature.
Mm,
It's cable.
yeah.
It's cable.
Yeah, it is. It is. But will I be turning that on for like holiday ambiance? Yes, I will. Yes,
Yeah,
I
Under
will.
Wraps was on today. Phantom of the Megaplex. I
It's
checked
good.
in. And a new collection of Bluey minisodes are now out when you're listening to this. So if you've got kids or you're an adult who wants to cry, Bluey's got you covered there. Some stuff that is announced and coming soon on Disney Plus. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony will stream live on Disney Plus on October 19th at 7 p.m. Eastern. It will be shown on ABC at a later date and will be available to stream on Hulu the next day. Very interesting, and it's just like another thing where they're really trying to push everybody to have a Disney Plus account. They're really gunning for this, whatever. Wizards Beyond Waverly Place, the sequel series to the hit Disney Channel sitcom Wizards of Waverly Place, will drop all 8 episodes on Disney Plus on October 30th.
Mm.
If you were a fan of that show, I'm sure you're excited about this. We also got the trailer and poster art for the new Disney original film Out of My Mind, which is based on the best-selling book by Sharon M. Draper about a nonverbal 6th grader with cerebral palsy participating in mainstream education. So it premiered earlier this year at Sundance, and it will stream on Disney Plus November 22nd, aka Wicked Day. So big day. And then also the Disney Plus original documentary Elton John Never Too Late premiered at the New York Film Festival on October 1st and featured a surprise performance of Tiny Dancer by Sir Elton himself. The film follows Elton as he prepares for his final concert at Dodger Stadium and recounts the highs and lows of his career, adversity that he's faced. It features a new original song, and that will premiere on Disney Plus on December 13th after a limited theatrical run in the United States and the UK beginning November 15th. It looks so good. If you've seen the trailer for this, I was like getting choked up. It's a lot about him talking about how much staying closeted
I
contributed
was
to some of the
wondering.
real low points
Yeah.
in his life and his career of just like stifling himself and how it shifted when he came out. And I'm
Oh,
just very beautiful. Let's talk about some Disney films, things that are now available. I don't really have anything to talk about here. So we're going to move on to some stuff that's announced coming soon. We got the official poster for Moana 2, and we got a new TV spot that shows us a little bit more of the film and allows us a sneak peek at a new song by Barlow and Bear for the film called We're Back. Sounds pretty good. In the little teaser, we saw there's like this giant like Gigas clam looking thing, and it's also on the poster. That'll be cool. We've got more Kakamora, so much more Pua. I'm excited. I'm excited. And then this news, which is really fresh, The Princess Diaries 3 is moving forward with Disney.
thank
It was announced that
God.
Adele Lim, a writer on Raya and the Last Dragon and Crazy Rich Asians, and the director-producer of Joyride, will direct this, and our reigning queen, Anne Hathaway, will be returning.
This is everything I have ever needed. Oh my God.
I know.
Thank
I just
God
need them
for
to
this
make
news.
sure that they get Julie Andrews because she had her birthday recently, and
She did. She did.
we need to make sure that
Please, Dame
we
Julie,
need to make sure that
please.
she's back.
Yes, yes.
She wants to do it. She wants to do it.
God. All right, and just to close us out, it has been a rough time recently with
Yeah.
passings. So Ken Page passed away at the age of 70 on September 30th. He was a theater icon who was in the original Broadway company of Cats and is known to Disney fans as the voice of Oogie Boogie in The Nightmare Before Christmas. And Tim Burton actually said this of Ken on X this week. He was simply one of the best, most generous souls I know, full of life and overflowing with joy, talented and then some. Ken, my friend, you will be deeply missed. And we concur.
Yeah. It's been a really rough month of losses. Take care of yourselves.
Yeah.
If like take care of yourselves. I know it seems like, these are celebrities, these are people that we might not know personally, but these are people that in some ways may have influenced your life or have touched a part of you or maybe foundational to something of your personality. And that's not for nothing. And there's grief that accompanies that. And so make sure that you leave some space for yourself in all of that. Alrighty. That's going to do it for us this episode of Caroline What's New. Thank you all for joining us. Make sure that you hit follow or subscribe wherever you're listening so all of our episodes and our full episodes download to your device. Follow us on social media. We are at Poor Unfortunate Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and TikTok. And we will be back next week with a tips and tricks episode for you, which is going to be super fun. I think you're going to like this one. So until then,
Beluga Savruga.